General principles and process of isolation of elements. This chapter is one of the interesting chapter in inorganic chemistry, and here you will learn how to convert an ore to a pure metal. In the CBSE examination point of view, you can expect a 3-mark question and an objective type question from this chapter. Now let's overview this chapter. If you take less reactive elements or inert elements like gold, platinum or noble gases, they will exist in the earth crust only along with the earthly impurities. Whereas if you take the highly reactive elements, they will be existing in the combined form as sulfides, oxides or silicates. For example, if you take the highly reactive iron, it will exist either as iron oxides or iron sulfides or iron carbonates. To extract an element from the earth crust and to isolate that element from its combined form, various steps are involved. In this chapter, we are going to see each step in detail. First step will be you have to find out in what are the forms that element is available in the earth crust. That is, you have to list out the various minerals of that metal. For example, if you take iron, it is available in the earth crust in around 800 minerals. Second step is that you have to find out from which mineral that metal can be profitably and conveniently extracted. That is, you are going to find out which ore will be suitable for the extraction of that element. For example, though you have 800 minerals in which iron is present in the earth crust, only from few minerals the iron can be profitably extracted. That is, only from hematite and magnetite mineral the iron can be profitably extracted. So those minerals we call it as ores. So step 2 is that you have to choose the ore from which the metal can be profitably extracted. Third step will be concentration of the ore, which means you are going to remove the earthly impurities present in the ore. Step 4 will be extraction of crude metal, and step 5 will be refining of crude metal. All these steps we are going to learn in detail in this chapter. Now we are going to learn the definition of some important terms involved in this chapter. The first term is the minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring chemical substance in the earth crust which are obtainable by mining. In other words, minerals are naturally occurring substance in the earth crust which contains the metal in free state or in the combined state. And from these substance, metals can be extracted by mining. Second term will be ores. The mineral from which metal can be economically and conveniently extracted are called as ores. In the previous slide itself we saw, though we are having around 800 minerals of iron, but only from few minerals iron can be profitably extracted. So those minerals from which metal can be profitably extracted will be called as ores. Next term will be gangue. The earthly or undesired impurities which are present along with an ore, we call it as gangue. Now let's see what is metallurgy. The entire scientific and technological process used for isolation of the metal from its ore is known as metallurgy. The extraction of a metal of interest from its ore consists of the following metallurgical process, namely concentration of the ore, extraction of crude metal and refining of crude metal. In the examination point of view, differentiate minerals and ores is an often asked question. The first point you will write what are minerals and what are ores. Second point of difference is that all ores are minerals, but all minerals are not ores. For example, if you take iron, as we discussed, it has around 800 minerals. But only from few minerals iron can be profitably extracted. So iron has only few ores. So we can call all those ores as minerals, but we cannot call all the 800 minerals of iron as its ores. In the third point, you will have an example of minerals and ores. If you take aluminium, it is available in the earth crust in the form of bauxite as well as china clay. But this aluminium can be profitably extracted only from bauxite and not from china clay. So, bauxite will be called as ore of aluminium, whereas china clay cannot be called as ore of aluminium. Elements vary in abundance. The most abundant element in the earth crust will be oxygen, and the third most abundant element in the earth crust will be aluminium. And if you take aluminium, it is the most abundant metal in the earth crust. This aluminium is present in various rocks and it is also present in clays. If you take gemstones like ruby, it is also form of aluminium oxide in which chromium 3 plus ion is present as impurity. The second most abundant metal in the earth crust will be iron. It is present in various combined forms and it is also present in the biological system. That is, in hemoglobin, we have iron forming coordination compound. These are the principal ores of some important metals. For the purpose of extraction, bauxite is chosen for aluminium. For iron, oxide ores, namely magnetite or hematite, is chosen for extraction. And in the case of iron, we will try to avoid sulfide ores because sulfide ores on heating will give out harmful and polluting sulfur dioxide. For copper and zinc, any of the listed ores may be used depending upon availability and other relevant factors. Before proceeding for concentration of ores, the ores will be graded and it will be crushed to reasonable size.